Hi everyone, Producer Nerd here again. Today we're going to work with loops in Logic Pro X. So basically flex files in GarageBand and some early versions of Logic. They introduced audio files that could be flexible with time and pitch. Something that you could just sort of drag in the window and change your tempo or key and they would follow you. So there's a whole bunch of them given to you in the Logic list. I've put in all of the ones that I like that aren't surround stereo ones, plus a few from my favorite 0G library as well. First thing that you do is decide what sort of tempo and key you're in. I generally go to the list view and go to signature, change my key to whatever, say if I want it to be G major, time and tempo. I want to probably do some sort of R&B sort of stuff, hip hop R&B stuff today, so I'll set it to say about 90 beats a minute, maybe a little less, say 88. Then we're into loops, and from here up on the top section you can basically just choose what sort of thing you're looking for. I always generally start with beats, so you can hit all drums. You've got kits and or beats over here. With this sort of style I'll probably go to beats. Now you've got names, beats, which is how many beats are in the whole sample, and the tempo. I click tempo, scroll down to my tempo. I'm about 88, so let's start listening to ones. I mean, all these are going to play back at 88. Let's start about 85. Have a start listening here. We're on beats 85. And from here, I can adjust the volume down. Here's what I'm hearing. If you're playing along with an actual piece of music that you're starting to build, you can use that little volume control down there so it's mixing in with the track. It might be a string line or something like that. So now notice the difference between the green ones and the blue ones. Blue ones are audio files. Green ones can be audio files if you throw them on an audio track, but they're generally created from a MIDI instrument or kit in this case. So if I wanted that beat there and I threw it in to Logic, just drag it in, not on the audio track. If I put it on the audio track, it comes out as audio. If I drop it down below, it comes out as an actual kit. So then I can manipulate it from there. So I may not like all of the actual beats. I might want to double click in it and change. Might want to add another little beat here. Get rid of that one. What I did there, by the way, is drag with Option and made a copy. So, you know, there's my beat. I press L to loop it and move on to the bass. So I can just press the X up here, find bass. Hit tempo again, so we're looking at about the same sort of tempo-ish. I might even put genre and choose something hip-hop, perhaps, R&B. Okay. Now I can hear this with my beat by playing the beat and clicking on the sample. So you can hear it in context. I might drag that one in, loop it. So I just press the L key, just drag it back to the beginning of my session, press L. So at the moment we're just running with a looped bass and drum sequence. We'll just grab, say, one more piece. Let's say instrument guitar. remember it's still knowing what key we're in key of G. So let's go tempo, or maybe even go key. You know, so we'll grab something that is in the key of G, and we'll have a look at stuff that is in a lower tempo. So, you know, because we're at 88, so it's going to come out a lot more natural. If I speed up something from 35 beats a minute, it's going to sound a little weird. And if I slow down something that's at 140 beats a minute down to 88, it's going to sound a little bit detached anyway, which is a cool sound sometimes, right? It's worth having a look at those sounds. But remember, there's just hundreds, thousands of sounds in here and loops. And some of them individually don't sound good by themselves, but when you hear them in concert, might work. Okay, so I'm going to throw that one in, press loop. Now I can mix it up. Remember, I can always add my own software instrument, choose something from over here. Maybe I want to play an electric piano or something over the top, so I can open my library, choose piano, or even synthesizer, electric piano. There's one there. Let's have a listen here. There you go. That's fine. Press play. I'm just hitting low latency mode because I'm experiencing a little bit of latency. I've just pressed capture there, not record. It's just, I always prefer to use capture. In fact, if you were to customize your top bar up here, you can actually find the customize. You can actually put a capture recording button up there. So capture recording will also work with audio, so you have to have the track armed. But you can be singing or playing along with your track and go, that was really awesome, I wish I was recording, and press that button and it will appear. So it's always recording. With audio, of course, that's going to take up a fair bit of RAM, so make sure you got a lot of RAM memory. But if you do it with MIDI, it will remember anything you want, as long as you don't press stop and move your position. So I just use that as a key command. So if you are looking for it, very cool little feature, just go into key commands and look into your edit and just type in capture, and it's capture as recording. That's the one that I use. So capture as recording. Basically you just play along, and when you like what you do, you just press your capture key command. It's there, and you can just chop away the bits that you don't like. I'm going to quantize that one to an 1/8. Now remember, I can change my tempo, so I can speed her up a bit. So all of this is just to come up with new ideas. If you've got an idea, if you've got a certain song, a melody that works in a certain key, or if you just want to make your own beat. I mean, this is a really easy way to do it. Using loops, there's just so much stuff in here. There is different drum beats from every genre. And remember, you can mix and match with Logic's other stuff like a drummer track. You can always put in a drummer track and choose a percussionist perhaps. You can say percussion, choose what sort of style, and push your up and down, soft and loud, complex, simple, you know, so maybe a loud, simple percussion. All right, a bit more of this. A bit more of stuff. I'm just choosing a bit more bongos there. Wood block instead of cowbell. You know, I might like that sort of style, right? So you can add stuff to it, take it away. Remember, all of these I've just pressed L to loop each one, or if you just touch an object over here on the top left, you can just choose to loop on or off. Once you've chosen your basic structure, you've got a bunch of things that can work together, it's easy enough to just turn all of your loops into aliases. I do that with a key command, and that basically means I've got copies of everything, and I just chop out bits. So I might start this whole track without any percussion, with basically just none of this, none like that. And start it so it's sort of basic. Even chop up that. You can see how you can easily build a track. And this can have any elements. I can change the tempo. I've already changed the tempo. I could change the key, and everything would follow. So flexible, and it's so easy just using those loops in here. So you know, have a look at all the different types of loops here: guitars, brass, strings, shakers, tambourines. You've even got jingles if you're looking for small bits of music that can go over the top of podcasts or anything like that. So these ones go for, you know, you've got some short, medium and long ones. These guys are really easy to use and easy fillers for effects if you're making cool videos. You've got your GoPro and downhill racing on your bike or something, and you want to make some music. It's very, very cool to use. So go into the loops and check out what Logic gives you. When you do go to install Logic for the first time, you do have a sound library down here, and you can have a look at your, you know, I say all available sounds, but I generally open the sound library and choose. I mean, you can see I've got all of these installed, but I don't choose surround stuff because I generally don't put music in surround. If you're doing film, choose the surround files, but you know, if you do that, obviously it's going to take up more room on your hard drive. These files aren't really large individually, so I would recommend that you download the whole library and have a bit of a look at it, and you know, see what suits you and your genre. I hope this has been helpful for those who are in Logic and are trying to use the loop library. And if you like my stuff, please subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Bye.